three concentric circles centered at O have radii of, let's highlight this in this color, 1, 2, and 3. Point B and C lie on the largest circle. The region between the two smaller circles is shaded, right? So all this darker stuff is shaded. As is the portion of the region between the two larger circles bounded by central angles BOC, which is this angle, as shown in the figure below. Suppose the shaded and unshaded regions are equal in area. This is very important. What is the measure of BOC in degrees? Okay, so this problem is a problem that revolves around circles, obviously, right? We have three circles here. And in the end, we have to find this angle BOC. So how are we going to do this? Well, in any, circle, if part of it is shaded, like it is in this diagram, right? Let me show you. So let's say this is the center. Let's say this part is shaded. Whatever this angle is, let's say it's x, you're going to put it over 360 and multiply it by pi r squared, or the area, to get the area of that specific shaded region. So yeah, that's pretty important in this problem. So let's find the area of every single circle. So first, let's do the smallest circle, which is this one. What's the area of that? Well, it says radii of 1, 2, and 3 here, right? So if this has radii 1, that's just going to be 1 squared pi, which is 1 pi. And then what about the second circle? This little, the second circle. Well, the second circle is going to be 2 square pi's, or 4 pi, but we have to subtract the 1 pi since we subtract the inner part. So this is going to be 4 pi minus pi, that's 3 pi. Actually, no, let's write it on top. Okay, and finally we have 3 squared pi for this largest circle, but you have to subtract 3 pi plus 1 pi, or subtract 4 pi. So this outer circle's area is going to be 5, let's rewrite that, 5 pi. Okay, so now what can we do? Well, see here, the key thing we want to do is find the area of this outer part, this outer shaded region, so that if we see what fraction of the shaded area of this 5 pi is, we can easily find this angle, just as we discussed earlier. So what is the area of this? Well, we can't quite really figure it out, right? But look at this key piece of information. Shaded and unshaded regions are equal in area. So that means whatever shaded and whatever isn't shaded, which is white, it's going to be equal in area. So let's track some stuff over here. So let's say U is for unshaded and S is for shaded. Okay, so how much unshaded area do we have? Well, we have this entire inner circle, which is 1 pi. And that we know so far. And shaded, we have that 3 pi, right? The whole second outer circle. But now, how can we find the area of this using this? Well, the key thing, once again, like many of my other videos, we just have to put this into an equation. So we know that shaded and unshaded regions are equal in area, so we can write an equation for that. So let's say all the unshaded area can be represented as pi, right? The stuff we already know, plus, actually let's do shaded first, it's pretty simple. So shaded will be 3 pi, the stuff we already know, plus this other unknown shaded part. So what's that? Well, as we discussed earlier, let's redo this. It's going to be x over 360, with x being this angle, right? This angle that we need to find, times, 5 pi. Because the area of the whole outer circle is 5 pi. Okay. In this, let's rewrite this a bit smaller actually. So 3 pi plus x over 360 times 5 pi, right? And then this is going to be equal to the unshaded area, which is pi plus 360 minus x over 360. And you might be asking why? Well, this is because we need to find this angle, and that's just going to be 360 minus this angle, this smaller angle, times 5 5 pi again. So now all we have to do is evaluate this. So let's go down. So we can subtract the pi, right, from both sides. So we get 2 pi plus, let's just say, x over 360 times 5 pi equals now, just for sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that x is going to be equal to 108. And just for more practice, you guys at home can evaluate this on your own so that you can better get these number solving skills. So since we know that x is going to be 108, that is just going to be our final answer because we found the measure of this angle x. So our answer is just going to be, and I'll see you next time and subscribe for more.